Hello guys, this is General Profit on a tutorial for CvC. Now for some basic controls. It is Q to drop your gun. It is right click on your mouse to shoot and left click to reload. And you should have a shopping game. It'll look a little different. I'll show it in a second. In the first rounds, you should either go for the USP and maybe some body armor, or alternatively go for the Deagle. The Deagle is slightly harder to control and has like half the ammo, but it does deal more damage. But it's generally not as good at range, so you might want to consider this on a smaller map, like Inferno. Whereas the USP you can fairly rapidly fire. To control the sort of spray, like if I fire, let's just fire here, you see the first bullet goes fairly where I aim. If I rapid fire, however, you notice that the bullets tend to rise. Whereas if I go like this, which then kills that random guy, you can generally aim lower down if you just lower the aim to compensate for how much. Often targets will actually be on the move, so like that guy. It's a good example there. If I go into the weapon selector, go for the Desert Eagle, you'll notice that it has a lot more recoil. As you can see, it only took a few bullets to actually go down. But as you can see, I managed to keep the bullets fairly central on that block. Alright. And the pump action you shouldn't really need to concern yourself with unless you're one of the few strange people who decides to prestige it. Same with the MP5 really, as unless your opponents for some reason don't buy head armor, as you can see it's not very accurate. Even if you do manage to control it with some degree, the bullets actually deal very little damage when the opponent has full body armor. And if they have an M4 or an AK, they will outpower you significantly, as you can actually see by the damage shown above. Now moving on to the M4. The M4 has a fairly rapid fire rate, but it has a slightly lower damage rate than the AK-47 and will not kill instantly with a headshot. You have to get a headshot and a body shot. This can typically be better than the AK-47, but the AK-47 is easier to adjust because of its slower fire rate and deals more damage. They have relatively similar range and accuracy. You won't really notice too much of a difference, even though of course the AK is slightly more accurate. The sniper rifle, you shouldn't really need to concern yourself with this unless you're one of the few people who prestige it. Once prestiged, it can have a remarkably better fire rate, which does make it a lot more viable as a weapon, but not many of you will need to know that. Simple WASD keys to move. If I get a M4, and of course it is, if you hold right click you can plant a bomb. It's kinda like eating food in Minecraft basically. And also, if you notice how I the spray of mine was quite terrible there, but that's not quite the important thing. But if you're doing this, and let's say this chap with his head there, he is just a little bit above. If we do that, they even killed the creeper. But if we jump, it generally moves our actual bullets up a little bit, so it should actually or sort of correct your aim, basically. And a lot of tactics is to run while shooting, so if I simulate that here. And you can see the creepers are really easy to kill, but that's besides the point. Alright, now I'll show you the shop in game and what to sort of focus on buying. I will have slightly more money due to upgrades that you can get. Now you should start with about 800, whereas mine's 840. You should, when on T side, it's probably a good idea to get either a jacket with chain on this map, where it's quite long, and so the deagle will have reduced damage at range, of course, and not the best accuracy compared to shorter range. So you probably want to get the regular body armour. Then if we look at the actual shop, we've got the sawn-off and the P90. Those are just skins for the shotgun and the MP5, which are relatively useless. And now the round's finished, I can show you the better weapons. So now, if we can just afford the Scar H, I would say that if you don't have body armor, the Scar H is a fairly valuable alternative to the AK, due to the fact that without body armor, you will have a lot less health, and that makes things harder to actually correct, due to the fact that you'll die sooner. When it comes to grenades, the decoy is really useless as there's no minimap in this game mode. The smoke grenade is fairly useless as well, as you can actually see through the sort of smoke particles, basically. And the what else is there? There's the frag grenade, which does about it will insta-kill basically someone with no armor if it lands near them. The flashbang will give them the nausea effect. The firebomb, which is currently not unlocked, but hopefully with the 1.9 update it should come into play, and that works as a sort of deny to a sort of area, and it will just set the ground on fire, making it unpassable pretty much. Although they will be able to survive walking in it for a bit. And also you can switch to your pistol to kill them, and that's a good example on an actual spray down. And that's fairly much it for this tutorial. It's not really worth buying a deagle as an extra sidearm unless you're absolutely flowing with cash, like I could do it now. But I just prefer the actual pistol, just due to the fact that when you've injured someone with the rifle, it's easier to pick up kills. Unless you're at a fairly short range. But anyways, I will call that the end to this tutorial, and I will see you guys later. Oh wait, an after mention. Just thought I should mention that when defusing the bomb, it will be like a chest, and if you click on the... I should not have reloaded. I lagged a little bit. If you click on the red icons, if you click on the red icons, you can defuse the bomb. If you misclick, however, it will cause the bomb to reset, making it so you have to click more red circle-y things. It should be... hopefully I can defuse a bomb to show you that. But the actual defusal kit halves the amount that you actually have to open. Aha, we got a bomb. Let's see if I can get to it. If not, I'll just call the recording there. Alright, and also when the bomb is actually planted, you can actually see a little text there. Also, if you notice, I am having abysmal... I don't know what you'd quite call it, connection, I suppose. But that's basically the gist of it. You should see some red items, like just imagine them to be pork chops, for example, but red. Or red wool, just imagine it to be red wool. And then just click the red wool, and once you've clicked all the red wool, the bomb should be defused. Done and dusted. Alright, I will see you guys later, for real this time.